Welcome to Website Royalty Town Hall number 9. We are having all kinds of issues on this side. I'm just going to say I'll be moving us around, Denise, because I'll be pointing the wrong direction and all the things.
Down and bring us back up. No problem. I'll just keep talking.
Welcome to Website Royalty, though. We're glad you're here with us tonight. If you're watching the replay, we appreciate you watching the replay as well. Website Royalty Town Hall was born, I'm going to say, from us wanting to help and knowing there are lots of questions out there that people are giving bad answers for, or they're not giving answers at all. So we understand how hard it can be to have things, be hard in the techie part of our businesses. So this is for Kajabi, our favorite all-in-one platform. I am going to let you, Denise, tell what Kajabi is, and I'm going to switch us around so we're not confused.
Perfect. Kajabi, as Kim said, is an all-in-one platform that you can run your business on. And from there, it includes all sorts of products and marketing tools. Am I back?
Now you got to repeat what yes, I'm so sorry. It was me.
I don't see myself, but I assume I'm there. Okay.
I see you.
We're having a tech night, let's say. We have these every once in a while, and you just kind of go, what was that? Anyway, as I was saying, Kajabi is an all-in-one platform that you can run your business on. It includes an amazing array of tools to support you in your business, in your digital, online, whatever business you need to run. So you can have your website is there with landing pages for whatever sales offers you have. You can have email broadcasts and sequences that support all of those things. You can run events through it. There's the community platform that you can create your own community. And there's coaching courses where you can also have live meetups within all three of those things. So there's no need for that Zoom anymore. You can host your podcast. You can host your blog. You can do all your payment processing, invoicing, newsletters. You can have digital downloads that you sell. You can have your own store with products in it. It is a joy to have everything all in one place.
Without it being disconnected all the time. I don't need a single plugin to make it work. It all works together, and I love that part. We believe in being very transparent and upfront, so I want everyone to know we went from raving fans to raving affiliates. I've been on Kajabi more than a decade. Denise has been on for more than 5 years. We are sold on Kajabi. So this isn't this week's flavor we're going to try to tell you about. This is our all the time. We both use it to the full extent for our businesses. And we're going to be sharing some things tonight. But we always want to make sure that we're affiliate, partners with Kajabi. We don't cost you any more money. Let me just say that. But Kajabi's generous with us and takes care of us on the other side if you use our affiliate link. So we want to make sure you know that it doesn't cost you any more. And we want to tell you real quick about a bonus we have before we get into all the fun stuff tonight. We have a bonus if you use our 30-day affiliate link. Free trial for 30 days. You can get a year's worth of Website Royalty, our private live meetup group that's weekly. It isn't
stage. Sorry.
You're fine. If you go to mysexybusiness.com, and in just a second, we'll put a QR code up after we show the website. And if you go to Website Royalty on that front tile, this is a Kajabi website you're looking at. All the things on there are connected to each other. If you want to peruse as an example, mysexybusiness.com is where to go. This is the particular page that talks about what Website Royalty, our live meetup group, is. So you get a year's worth of hands-on support. It's lovely. Let me just say that. We have lots of questions that come out of there and we help. But if you want to know more about Kajabi, how to use it and all the things that go along with it. We've got blogs, we've got podcasts, we do this live stream. So we're very committed to helping you with the tech that goes with running a business. Most business owners, that's not what they want to do all day long. They want to do what it is they love doing for business, not all this stuff. So we really do get in the trenches and show you how to make it easier and how you can do this. A lot of us have that thought in our head. Are we really smart enough? Or can we really do this? Yes. The
Yes.
answer is yes.
Emphatic yes.
QR code, top left corner. I'm going to try to stop
Yes.
pointing.
No pointing, no pointing. But we want to also explain that Kajabi itself gives out a 14-day free trial for people to use the platform. We, as partners with Kajabi, are permitted to offer a 30-day free trial. So if you sign up with Kajabi using our affiliate link, which is in the QR code up top, then you can claim website royalty and get an extra amount of time, and you could do all 30 days for free before you even, put a credit card down and figure out if it's right for you. So we want to make sure that you know that too.
So website royalty that we're talking about, this is the town hall meeting, that's the live stream. The inside group is inside our free community. There's a paid space. In that paid space is the website royalty, and we call everybody royals. Welcome to you all royals as well. But this week, we want to share what came up this week, because if they're asking these questions, we're sure some of you have these same questions. So this week in website royalty, we did talk about email deliverability. Denise had a breakdown that was beautiful of, the different pieces to make sure you're not getting spoofed or fished.
Spoofed or fished or spammed.
Or spammed.
Right.
We talked about ads for websites, how to create an income from doing ads for or sponsorships for your website or your email. So that is something that, if you are deep diving into the ads part, you can make a lot of money if you're doing things the right way. So that is one of the things we want to talk about. And then the other thing was 404 pages came up. What is a 404 page and why we have them?
Right. And just as a brief explanation, when someone clicks on a link in a search engine and the page isn't where it's supposed to be, it generates this error code called 404 in a browser. And that's what that is. So this is a way to gracefully handle if pages have moved so that your visitors don't get frustrated.
Yeah, no frustrating the customers and clients.
That's right. We don't do that around here.
Well, I want to hop right in because we are coming in hot and heavy, and we know we are, but I want to make sure that we can cover everything and still give you all plenty of time to ask questions if you have them, or we're really trying to keep these as short as possible, like half an hour. So
Right.
Denise, I'm talking too fast. I know this, but I figure with my Texas drawl, it makes it just fine.
Well, we ended up last week, we said that we were going to talk about some things that came up last week a little bit more in depth about podcast creation within Kajabi, and primarily how when you create an episode, you need these asset pieces that you upload into Kajabi. So we thought we would talk more about how to create cover art, show notes, and transcripts and how we do it.
So Denise and I both have podcasts on Kajabi. Denise has SEO Day podcast if you want to check it out. We have MSB or My Sexy Business podcast on Kajabi. We have Buckets and Boom Gates on Kajabi. And then we actually have a private podcast that's called 5 in 15 Interviews Leadership Series. It's all about leadership and business. And the reason I bring all these up is we want you to know that Kajabi not only hosts your podcast, you can have paid ones, you can have free ones. They can go out to all the podcatchers. Like it's really really good. Once you get it set up, it is so easy to like keep going with it. And we want to encourage you, if podcasting is right for you and your business, to go for it, because podcasts are such a great addition and such a great marketing tool if used properly to really get you and your business out there. So
Yeah.
I will mention some things as we go into the cover art part. We have, and I am talking too fast again, Denise. I'm going to slow my roll.
Slow your roll.
The cover art that you see on this page is all been created in Canva. So Canva is a graphic design tool. It's something we use to, to create our graphics, create our different pieces that we need. I mean, you can create your book in there. You can create all kinds of things in there. But these are all examples of 3,000 by 3,000. That's the pixels that you need for cover art that all the podcatchers require. So inside Kajabi, same thing. You're going to upload your graphic that you made, but we thought we would take a second and speak to this because people get confused about this when they're starting. So the cover art is just your, I'm going to call it a square because it is, your square picture that gives information about your podcast. So all of these have the name of the podcast on them. Some of them have people on them. Some of them don't. You have that choice. But these are all the show cover arts for the entire show. And then you also can do individual episodes.
Right.
So SEO Day podcast where Denise breaks down SEO for everyone every week, which she's brilliant at, y'all. She changes the words, the text on hers every week. But one of our podcasts, the My Sexy Business podcast, we actually literally have different graphics every week. But I'm going to give you a little hint about podcasts. Podcasts live a long time. This podcast that we're talking about right now SEO Day is current. It's going on right now. It's every week, every Tuesday it drops. Go and follow the show. Like it is a current one. But My Sexy Business hasn't had a new episode in over 3 years. We still are getting downloads that just shock me every week because we are still getting downloads for things. We get sometimes 500, 1,000 downloads in a week because of all the things we have built around our podcast. So our business is still benefiting from something we did so long ago. And we do Buckets and Boom Gates, and we do some of the other podcasts currently. But this particular podcast, because we did a good job at the time, it's still being binge listened to. So
Right.
I think that's noteworthy. Not to brag, make sure you understand I'm not bragging about that. It's the power of podcasting. You may end up having a podcast that goes, further than ours does.
And the wonderful thing about Kajabi that, if I can touch on briefly, Kim, is that when you upload your episodes of a podcast, it creates a page for you on your website for each episode. And it includes the show notes, the transcript, and the player where it can actually play the audio. And that player puts the cover art in there. So you don't have to have unique cover art for every episode. A lot of people don't. But because we are getting these individual pages that are then being fed into search engines, I chose to have different ones for each episode, knowing that. And some people do and some people don't. So that's really a personal choice.
But it is a great choice because, Denise, I'm going to poke you about the SEO part because you taught us this long before Kajabi even was a podcast host. So I think it's an exciting thing that we have gotten to learn along the way, how powerful that is. And now that Kajabi creates these automatically, That
Right.
makes it even sexier, I think.
I think so too. I
So
agree.
we want to give a quick, shout out and a quick thing to Canva. Canva is a design tool. We are not affiliated in any way. We're users of Canva. We don't get any affiliate if you sign up, but it can be a free account. There are paid ones, and we both have the pro account because we want more. But you can go in and create your podcast cover art inside of Canva for free.
Right.
So we wanted to, benefit you all in that as well. That I think that's an important thing to share, that there are tools out there I wouldn't recommend. But this tool is one we do. Like our whole community uses this tool. And
Heavily, heavily,
yeah,
yes.
so
Mhm.
wanted to drop that there. Canva.com is their website. You can go and get the awesome sauce that we all get. So Denise, this is one of my favorite things. We were
Yay.
working on some stuff earlier for one of our things that we do. We put show notes into, several pieces. We do lots of shows and lots of podcasts and productions. And this is a secret weapon, I think, Denise.
Let's say what show notes are for anyone who doesn't know. They are the text description of your podcast episode. Traditionally, it's short, it's an introduction to what's in the episode. It's like a teaser. And then you might have a list of uh, breakpoints or chapters or, things where people can navigate to different portions of the episode. And then you also have an opportunity to present some links to back to your website or to a giveaway or whatever. So that's traditionally what show notes end up being.
It's very exciting because I see show notes written in like paragraph form. I see them written in, with the timestamps. I see them written in point form. I don't think you can go wrong with show notes. I think show notes are just important to have that summary, or that, like Denise said, that teaser for someone to want to listen. If they land on your show notes and they're, on your website looking at it, you want them to go ahead and listen to the podcast or the show.
Right.
So, but we are going to talk real quick about what's inside Kajabi, our favorite, that helps with show notes. And that is the AI tool Cofounder. I've used lots of the different AIs to do research, to, word things differently, to help my little country princess self be able to word things better. I have never seen anything like Cofounder. Cofounder actually uses your voice, your message inside your Kajabi account, that takes pieces from your Kajabi that you've already got out there. So if you've got a website, it actually helps you with your website. If you've got a podcast like we're talking about tonight, it will help you write the show notes. It will help you write a blog. It'll help you write an email. It'll help you write all kinds of things. So Cofounder is my new best friend, I'll say. I've been trying to come up with a great name for Cofounder because, we name all of our tools around here. But the
Yeah.
screen that we're showing, we wanna make sure you see, this is actually what it looks like inside. We just took a screenshot so we could share it with you, that this is what it will interview you. Like, and I know I'm getting off show notes for a second, but I'm so in awe of this tool. It will interview you and help you get clear on your message. It will help you get clear on what you need to do inside of Kajabi. It is the most brilliant tool I have seen. And, we've used a lot of different AIs.
Yeah, we won't name them, but
No.
unlike some of the others, there is a core amount of information that it has, but it also takes a look at what you have and tailors it to your voice, your language, previous things you've done to answer you, which is unique. Usually you have to prompt things with a million things before you get anywhere near something that sounds like you. You don't have to do that with Cofounder because it's already looking at what you've published on Kajabi and using that as a basis. So it is very much different and
It's so
more helpful.
it is
Less
so good.
time.
Yeah. So if you're thinking of doing a podcast to promote your business and to, use it as a marketing tool, I think Cofounder is your partner. I
Right.
think it will help you with show notes. It will help you with all the things. And Cofounder's part of the all-in-one platform. So it Kajabi, for as long as I've been with them, which was shortly after they started,
Mhm.
years and years and years ago, every level up they do, I feel like they have heard what we need. They
Mhm.
listen to what we need, and they are growing things for our sake.
Right.
I just feel like it's such a business with integrity and a
Mm.
business with us in mind that I can't help but wanna share it with everyone listening because they'll listen. They'll listen to what you need, and this was one of the things I think we needed was
Absolutely.
something that would help us create the things we need to. It'll help you, create courses. It'll help you create,
Lead
um
magnets, emails,
Mhm.
well, let's also talk about when we get to the other spot, there's other ways to do that too.
Yes. Well, we can move on. I could stay here all night, Denise, for that one.
We can come back.
Well, let's talk podcast transcripts because that's another thing that, the whole podcasting process can be overwhelming. But Kajabi is your team member for your podcast, and transcripts are another way to, you know, add value to what you're putting out into the world. So if you're adding a transcript to your podcast to it, it goes kind of under your show notes in case you're not familiar with it. It it's so amazing because in here you can drop the recording of your podcast and turn it into, I'm going to say a bazillion things in Kajabi's Creator Studio.
Right.
You're you can pull clips from it, you can get the transcript, you can take a podcast and turn it into a blog, you can take a podcast and turn it into an email. There's just so many things you can do, and Creator Studio is part of what you get in Kajabi. It's the all-in-one. I'm telling you, it's the all-in-one.
Well, let's take a look at what a project is, and you get 1 project per month in the studio, which is really good because you usually have 1 big thing you create a month. So in the project, you're seeing my screen, right, Kim?
I am not Denise Millay.
I keep forgetting to add it to the stage, and I have to take this one down. Yes. There you go. Okay, sorry about that. I'm getting used to this. Okay, so you upload a file. It could be a video or it could be an audio or text or whatever you have. And from that, you could create video clips, titles, descriptions, subtitles, transcripts. So this is where you can upload your podcast you've recorded and get a transcript. You can also ask it for posts, social media text for posts or emails. These are other things that are more course driven, newsletters, blogs. You can get a blog from your podcast so that you have an outline to start with. You get summaries. It's just amazing.
I I think it's incredibly important to make sure everybody understands. We understand that it's not the cheapest tool out there, but we also understand it's not the cheapest tool out there. Like,
Mhm.
the price is more than a lot of the tools, but you only need it. You don't need, Zoom on top of it. You don't need other tools on top of it. You don't
Don't
have to
do
go out
click
and get
funnel. You don't need Keith. We forgot the CRM is in there too.
Mhm.
You're forgetting to name things. And not to interrupt you, Kim, but Kim and I both did this before we transitioned over to Kajabi. I have a tech background. We had WordPress sites. We had, all sorts of other accounts with other providers. We had Zaps to connect things and all sorts of ads, things talking to one another and updates to our websites through WordPress and plugins. And the nightmare of that is that it takes 5 times as long. Each piece costs something, and when you add it all up, it ends up costing a way, way more than
Mhm.
what you investing in one place. So
More in money, more in time, and more in bandwidth. And
frustrating.
that's what
Yeah.
we're not wanting to do. So our tech stack, we'll just tell you tonight for a podcast, our tech stack for including it on the website, doing all the things we talked about, our tech stack is Kajabi. We don't have a tech stack that includes like 50 other tools in order to make that one tool work. Kajabi works as a standalone. And I
Right.
think it's important to note.
And we have, obviously we need a place to record with, which everybody has a different choice for that. And then we have a place that creates graphical images. Everybody needs a place for that. And so those things you have to deal with, but Kajabi takes care of all the other stuff.
And we appreciate the fact that you all are with us on this journey for website royalty town halls because we really do want to know what you want to see. Some of our royals from the inside are coming and watching, this because they want to see what they're forgetting to ask.
Right.
So I think that this is, I hope it's helpful. I hope you are enjoying it. And again, QR code, top left corner. We want to make sure that you get the 30-day free trial. You can pay to be inside our website royalty private group, but we hope that you'll use the affiliate link so that you get it for free for a year. Like that's what we hope.
And let's talk about what we do in the group because we allude to it. Basically, we meet for 2 hours every week. And it's a Q&A space, and we try to respond to what you need because everybody uses Kajabi differently for whatever strategy they're in putting in. So it is not a scheduled, this is what we're talking about, follow the leader. This is what do you need for your business, and that's try help you get there. So that's one thing. And the other thing is there is an opportunity to ask questions ahead of time if you can't be there live and have us answer them on a recording so that you can go back and access it later in the group. So it's within the community, within um, my sexy business community, the global community. There's a smaller group that's private that's just for website royalty. So
It's very exciting. So do we wanna talk about what we're gonna do next week, Denise? I feel like we flew through this, but
we
we're
did.
we did a good job of staying under 30 so far.
Let's do it.
Let's try to get this rolled out, and then we'll roll out. So next Thursday in website royalty town hall, my words are going together. We'll talk about whatever came up in website royalty live meetup. We'll share the questions that they asked so that if you have those same questions, you can ask us out loud. We are going to be concentrating a little bit like we did the podcast tonight. We're going to concentrate a little bit on how you can make a custom 404 page where you can be kind of bougie is what I'm going to say. The message that you put on there, how to, make the connections where you want it to go and the redirection. So don't let it confuse you. We'll break it down next week, but we do think just some minor things can make you look very professional, very bougie, and we want to share. We
We
want
do.
to share things with you. So
And don't forget to ask us any questions. You can ask them here in the comments after these videos, or you can reach out to us on the channel. I'm sure there are ways to reach us or at mysexybusiness.com. There's an email me button at the top. You can always head there. We're happy to answer any questions you have.
subscribe and follow the show. We'll be back next Thursday at 4 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. And we're excited that you joined us tonight. So
See you later.
Love y'all.